The first time Evelyn saw Lucian Blackwood, he was standing at her father's funeral, dressed in black that looked too expensive for grief. He didn't cry. He didn't speak. He only watched her with eyes so calm they felt dangerous. Her father had died of a heart attack. That was the official story. Evelyn accepted it because grief leaves little room for doubt, and because the world moved on far too quickly for her to question it. Lucian returned 3 weeks later. He said he had admired her father's work, that he wanted to invest in Evelyn's struggling art gallery. His voice was gentle, his manners flawless. He remembered things, her favorite tea, the scar on her wrist, the way she hated silence. Slowly, deliberately, he became her comfort. Love crept in like a shadow at dusk, quiet, inevitable. Lucian loved her with a devotion that felt intoxicating. He listened when she spoke of loss, kissed her tears away, promised her a future where pain had no voice. When he proposed, Evelyn said yes with trembling hands and a heart finally at peace. She didn't notice how her old friends disappeared, one by one, how the gallery's ownership papers subtly changed, how Lucian controlled the finances for her safety. Love, she believed, required trust. On their first anniversary, Lucian gifted her a necklace with a ruby pendant. Inside it, hidden beneath the stone, was a tiny inscription, "For your father." Her breath caught. That night, Evelyn searched through Lucian's study. Love had turned into something sharp and uneasy. In a locked drawer, she found old files, medical records, business contracts, photographs. Her father's name was written everywhere. And then the truth bled out. Lucian's mother had died years ago after being denied a life-saving treatment. The hospital belonged to Evelyn's father. The decision had been his, profit over mercy. Lucian had begged. Her father had refused. Lucian didn't kill her father with his own hands. He only ensured the man felt the same helplessness. When Lucian found her in the study, holding the files, he didn't deny it. He didn't shout. He only smiled, a soft, tragic smile. "I loved you," he said. That was the hardest part. Evelyn tried to run. She couldn't. The gallery was no longer hers. The house was legally his. Her accounts were empty. Her reputation collapsed after anonymous accusations surfaced. Fraud, corruption, lies meticulously planted over months. Lucian didn't lock her in a cage. He built one out of love. Every night, he came home, kissed her forehead, and whispered apologies. "This isn't your punishment," he said. "It's mine." Evelyn hated him with every breath. And yet, in twisted moments, she remembered how he held her. When she cried, how real his warmth felt. That was the cruelest revenge of all, making her doubt her own hatred. But Evelyn learned. Pain sharpened her mind. She played the part of the broken wife, the woman who had nothing left but her husband. Lucian grew careless. He always underestimated her, not because she was weak, but because he wanted to believe she belonged to him. She found his weakness buried deeper than rage, guilt. Lucian still visited his mother's grave every Sunday. One evening, Evelyn followed him. She told him she forgave him. She said she loved him. Lucian broke then, collapsing into her arms, confessing everything. How revenge hadn't healed him, how loving her had ruined his certainty, how he wished he could undo it all. That night, Evelyn poured poison into his wine. As Lucian lay dying, his hand clutched hers. "Was any of it real?" he whispered. "Yes," she said, tears falling freely. That's why this hurts. When Lucian Blackwood was found dead, the world called it tragedy. A grieving husband, destroyed by guilt. Evelyn inherited everything. His wealth, his power, his secrets. Months later, she reopened the gallery. Above the entrance hung a new plaque, in memory of those destroyed by choices made in the name of love. Evelyn never married again. Revenge had cost her love, innocence, and mercy. But as she stood alone in her gallery, wearing the ruby necklace, now emptied of its stone, she realized something chilling. She hadn't survived Lucian's revenge. She had perfected it.